Hi everybody, it's Shauna Carpellis here with California Bar Style. Last night we received, May 18th, we received results from the February 2018 California Bar Exam. And I have been I'm being bombarded with calls about this dismal passage rate in the state of California. Congratulations to the majority of CA Bar Style applicants that did pass the exam. But a lot of applicants in California are pissed because, and excuse my language, but how else do you want me to put it? This passage rate is unacceptable. What is the state bar thinking? So let's just look at some of these numbers. We have, excuse me, my phone tends to shut off for a moment. One moment. Okay. Out of 4,701 applicants, only 1,267 applicants passed the exam. That's a 27% passage rate, 27.3% passage rate. Out of the 27%, we have a first-time taker at 27% passing, 27% of first-time takers passing. First-time applicants had a 39% passage rate overall, and 3,434 applicants that were repeat takers, only 23% of those passed. 27.3% passage rate in this state. A lot of people want to know why. If I was a multiple time taker or even a first time taker, I would be scared shitless about taking the California bar exam. I would be like, I'm never going to pass this exam. These passage rates are so low. So let me try and put some stuff into perspective for you. Being a bar tutor now for almost 9 years and tutoring over 800 applicants, I have a lot of insight into what goes on between repeaters, first-time takers, and just general applicants that take this exam. When in the last year there was all this hoopla and conversation about changing the cut score, they made the California bar exam 2 days, and they took out a long performance test of 180 minutes, 2 of them, and made one 90-minute PT. What they also did was make the multiple choice 50%. I think, now, just to back it up for a moment, in terms of the MBE, California was pretty on average with the rest of the country. So I don't believe a lot of people are saying, oh, maybe it's the multiple choice, and that's why people did not pass, or a lot of people did not pass Feb 18. But we have a mean scale of the MBE being 1355, and the national average is 1341. So we're actually above the national average here in California for Feb 18. So I don't think that it was the multiple choice that is on average not passing applicants. What I think is happening, or what I think happened this last bar in particular, because July 17, we had a pretty good passage rate in this state, give or take, given the trend of low passage rates. I think that when the exam became 50% MBE and 50% of your score was going to be the writing, I think that there is a skew of the focus of how to best prepare for this test. What that means is that a lot of applicants thought maybe they don't need to study as hard for the writing, because people will say, and people say this to me all the time, my writing is okay, I'm doing okay there, I'm getting 55s and 60s or even 60s and 65s, but I really need to focus on my multiple choice. Well, that is not the right way to approach your preparation. You've got to be a triple threat. I have been saying this for years. Some people listen to me, they come into my course, and they do very well, and they go on to pass. But others will disappear in the midst of preparation, and I'll call them and say, where are you? And they'll kind of be doing their own thing and focusing on too much multiple choice. Now, you got to pass the multiple choice section. There's no way around it, and it's imperative that you have a good approach and you're not just doing questions and looking at answers. But you can't focus on any one area too much. They're both equal. Let's put the writing as a whole, the essays, 5 essays in one performance test, and the 200 multiple choice questions. They are equivalent. You've got to pass both areas. So when the change occurred and 50% of your exam was the MBE portion, I think a lot of applicants got scared, especially because applicants tend to be a little bit weaker on the multiple choice area in their prep. And there's been too much focus on the multiple choice and not enough focus on the writing and being that triple threat so that you're passing every part of the exam consistently. Excuse me. So that is, I think, the number one reason that we're seeing this tremendous dip in the passage rate. There are a lot of other theories that I can think of. I mean, at the end of the day, what really matters is that you prepare well. A lot of my applicants passed. I haven't heard from everybody yet, but please reach out because I really want to know what's going on. And in any event, you can still pass this exam. When I took the test in February 2010, the passage rate, I believe, was somewhere around 26%. So it wasn't at 23%, but it was 26%, which is still quite low. And I took a 3-day bar, and it was doable. It was hard, but it was doable. And what you need is the right approach. You need to have a tutor like me who's going to track you. I think bar preps are major to blame. I mean, Barbary takes no accountability, and the commercial bar preps and even some of the very expensive personal tutorials, they take no accountability. I will take all the accountability in the world. If there is something that you feel like you didn't get from my program, I will talk to you and we will work through it. Typically, my applicants are pretty happy. But bar prep is another factor, and we can talk for days about, crappy bar preps and how they're not really focusing in on what California wants. Because the truth is, these passage rates are reflecting a demand by the examiners, especially with the writing portion, because multiple choice is the same in all the states. But with the writing portion here, California wants something extremely specific. Most courses, and especially Barbary and the other commercial bar preps, are not testing that. They're not showing you that. And Barbary can, put their hands in the air and go, yes, we do. But the truth is, when I get the applicants that are coming from these other courses, they don't know how to write for the majority of the essay portion and the performance test. I mean, I can't tell you how many applicants are having such a hard time taking relevant facts out of the file, finding the holding in cases. And these are fundamental skills that bar prep should be equipped to help with and make sure that applicants are getting the right tutoring and structure and attention that they need to perfect these skills. Well, you don't really need to be perfect, but be able to maintain a strong 65, 70, 75 on the written portion as well, and make sure that there's a great MBE game plan for improving on your MBE score. So in all, I know that there's a lot of upset people there right now, people out there in California and all around the country that took the California bar and are just feeling really down today, feeling like they don't know where to go from here. What am I doing wrong? Feel free to call me, whether you sign up with me or not. I love doing this, and it's a big passion of mine. So I will talk to you. I can maybe try and give you some insight on your specific situation in terms of what is going on and what I can hear going on, and give you a roadmap or some guidance into what your best next steps could be. My phone number is 818-616-3302. Feel free to call me. I'm open all weekend. And keep your head up. I mean, it is a low passage rate, but a lot of people still passed. Well, not too many, 1,200 something is not a lot of people. But from my course, we had a pretty good rate so far. I haven't heard from everybody. But you can definitely do this. I had a father with 3 kids and a full-time job, and he passed this bar as a repeater. He was a second or third time taker, and you can do it too. So please do not give up hope of your dreams to become licensed in this state. And if you need my help, I'm here. All right, have a good one, and I will speak to you soon.